Welcome back. Austin Rivers with the Clippers is still with us. Let's talk a little bit about your team. They've lost in the first round of the playoffs the last 2 seasons. Sorry to bring up old stuff.
Good.
What's keeping the Clippers from going deep in the playoffs?
Well, for one, injury. I mean, I would like to see any other team, top to bottom, go in the playoffs with their multiple guys hurt. I don't understand how you win. You saw, Cleveland lose a couple years ago in the finals because they didn't have Kevin and Kyrie. It's hard to win when you don't have your key players. In the past couple of years, we have not had our key players. So I honestly think that's the only reason. I think people try to put too much into it, but I think we could make deep runs if we have our full team.
But you guys have a 3-1 lead on the Rockets. You were totally
No, that's
healthy.
true. No, that is true. That's one thing where, you know what, and that shows you we're right there. I mean, if anything, we're a game away from going to conference finals with our full team. And we did blow that lead, but, I mean, with our full team, I think we could be a conference finals team, absolutely. And I stand by that.
Let's talk about you for just a second. We've had Big Baby Davis on the show, and he said that you're being, obviously, the coach's son has caused some resentment in the Clippers locker room. Have you felt much of that?
That's a bunch of BS. That's just Baby talking outside of his neck. I've heard Baby say to me multiple times, "Oh man, you know why Doc is so good? Doc is so great." And then now he's saying bad things about him. I mean, and it's a huge contradiction. And I don't have a problem with Baby. Me and Baby have always been cool, but it makes no sense to what he's doing, and whatever he has between him and my pops. You know, my pops said the jokes about his weight and stuff like that, but it was hard. Let me ask you something. If someone is constantly out of shape, late, don't remember plays, how the hell are you supposed to play? So I don't know where that even goes with the team. And that had nothing to do with him coming at my father. I really don't care. That's between him and my pops. But as far as him talking about me being my coach, that has never had a play in the team. I've earned every stripe that I've gotten. I've earned every playing time. That's just him talking out the side of his neck. I don't really even understand where that comes from. So I'm not even paying that no mind.
That's well said. I like that. So,
wasting my time talking about that.
How are you comfortable playing for your dad? Do you
I mean,
like it? Would you rather not play for your dad?
No, I mean it's. I don't even see. That's the thing. Like, I've tried to explain this multiple times. I did not grow up playing with him. I mean, I grew up. This is the first time I've ever been coached by him. Right. I grew up in Orlando, Florida. He grew up. I mean, my whole life he was in Boston for the most part. We've always been separate. I mean, that's just what it's been. So I have no. It's not awkward, you know what I mean? It's one of those things where, did I expect it? I mean, they had questions like when I first got drafted 5 years ago, would you ever want to play for your dad? My answer was like, no, you know what I mean? And the opportunity presented itself where I was in a situation where I wasn't being used, or when I was in New Orleans, I was hurt a lot, and I wasn't playing well, bottom line. You know, I mean, I don't even have any excuses. I just wasn't playing well. I needed to get a fresh start in somewhere where they let guys go. I was able to do that, and at the end of the day, my dad's on the sideline. I don't even care if my grandma coaches me. At the end of the day, she can't help me when I'm on the floor. So everything I've done by myself through the help of my teammates and myself. It has nothing to do with who's coaching me. And he has had a big part in my success, but it would have been no different if it was somebody else. You know, he lets guys go as long as you play defense. I've done everything that they've asked me to do, and I'm only going to continue to improve. So that's what I have to say.
But how difficult is it playing for your dad? Is he
harder? For sure. He's definitely more harder. You know, he's definitely more. Yeah, he's harder on me, for sure. Yeah. So if anything, I mean, look at the pressure that I had to play with, man. You imagine playing for your pops at this level? Like, that's not easy to do.
No.
Right.
So, you know, people always talk about the easy part. Oh, he's your dad's coach. Well, why don't we talk about the hard part? I mean, I don't see anybody else doing what we've done. And at the end of the day, people can say what they want about me and my pops, but we've done something that no one else has been able to do. And I don't take that away. And this is something I'm going to look back 20 years from now and be like, man, that was amazing. I was able to play with my pops, man. Like, we were able to work together at a level and hopefully have even more success. Do I think I'm going to play here for the rest of my career? No, I'm not going to play for my dad the rest of my career. But for the time that I've been here, you can look at my years, I've improved. And at the end of the day, no one can take that away from me or my team. So that's the bottom line.
So during the regular season, how often would you see each other as father and son, you know, so to speak, socially, or would you try to avoid that?
The regular season?
Yeah.
I mean, you see him as much as any player sees.
But you wouldn't see him for lunch or dinner?
No. I try to. We don't have that type of. And we would go to. It's not like we don't want to. It's just you see him enough, You know what I mean? Just as a player, you see the coach
Your spare
enough.
time, you ain't trying to hang out.
I'm not trying to hang out with him. No, and he knows that in the summertime I've seen him once this whole summer. Just for Mother's Day. You know what I mean? He came down for Mother's Day. Other than that, we stay pretty you know, separate. And that's just part of the stick that you get though. I mean, as a coach's son or a player's son, you know, the Stephs, you know, you get it growing up. Mine has extended because obviously I play with them, you know what I mean, which has never happened before. Some people like it, a lot of people don't, you know, and that just, it is what it is. But the pros outweigh the cons, and you just got to deal with it.